Today we're going to be collaging with monoprints. Ciao, dear hearts. I can't believe it's filming Friday again. I have so many things to tell you, but first let us introduce ourselves and thank all of our new subbies. My name is Caterina and my husband is Don Digison. He is my co-creator on this channel. We have over 90 videos, almost 100 videos for you to watch. We want to thank you for your subscriptions, for your shares, for your thumbs up, for all your wonderful comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there are a couple of different ways that you can support our channel. The first one is in the descriptions below. You're going to find our PayPal donation link, and we appreciate all of your kind, wonderful donations. Thank you so much. And then the other way is to purchase one of our products, one of our recommended products that's in the description below too, from Amazon. If you always go to Amazon to buy things, then if you just click on one of our links and then pop over to get whatever you want, that would help us out immensely. The other way is you can go onto my site, and there is 142 Bisque Gallerie, and that's the gallery that represents me in Fort Collins. If you purchase a piece of work, we have free shipping in the United States. So there's all that. So we've got that out of the way. And then I wanted to let you know that we're going to be having a pop-up sale. Yes, a pop-up sale. A surprise pop-up sale. Actually, you just won't, surprises, you won't know when it's going to be. But it's going to be on our site, and we're going to have that listed. We'll have the PayPal donation button on there so you can just purchase whatever you want on the site, not in the gallery space, but on the site. So it's going to be great fun because I had all that wonderful stuff that I was going to be taking to class, and of course classes got canceled for this year and next year. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you in advance. Okay, if you were with us last time, then you know we made all kinds of really yummy monoprints on tracing paper and wax paper and plastic wrap and book pages. And so we have all these fabulous prints to play with. And so many of you have asked me, okay, now what do I do with them? And I thought, oh my gosh, I have so many ideas. So today we're just going to talk about a couple of those ideas. So we have lots and lots of fun things to choose from. Love this one. Isn't that cool? Love this one too. I can just see, cutting this out and putting words and things in here for art journaling. Anyway, so we have all of these to play with, and I thought we would collage today, and I have a little pandemic journal that I decided to make. This is one of my handmade journals, and I'm going to have these in our little pop-up sale that we have. And I've started working and using a couple of these wonderful monoprints. I love the texture of tracing paper. It's got these fabulous wrinkles, and it just looks so cool. And these, the circle is obviously, you see it a lot in my work. To me, it's, my symbology, the symbol vocabulary that I have of the eternality of life. The circle is one of those really important things. So I love these little journals, and so we're going to be working in this one and today, and I thought it would be really fun to collage the front cover together. Alrighty, so I thought we would work on the cover of my journal, and so I'm going to use regular gel matte medium, and yes, that's in our links. And then I thought I would go through these and see, exactly what I liked. I love this one. Might do that. This is really cool, but I don't see that working. And I love these blue dots, but I think that this would be probably better served if I cut these out and use them for something else. I just think this looks like a hurricane to me. We live in hurricane land, so that's pretty cool. We'll keep that for something else another day. This is quite dynamic. I really like this one too. But I think the skin Now this was, if you didn't see the last video, and I hope that you go back and look at it if you didn't see it, this is plastic wrap. This is the ones it's called press and seal. And so what I did was I was just playing around with it the other day, and I glued a dot from here on there. Pretty fun, huh? And so this is wax paper on top of plastic wrap. This is the back side. So this is the front side. So I thought that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Because of course I do want to tie it. I don't want to lose that dot. So I guess it would have to be up here, right? Or there. And then I have to think about my composition, because you want your composition to make you want to open the book. So the composition has to lead your eye to untying this and then opening up. And the composition is so important on your cover. You know, like I like this little point because that kind of points in the right direction too. So we could do that. And then we'd have to put it up a little higher. So what I'm thinking is we need more dots. So I'm going to cut a couple of these dots out, glue them on, and then see about positioning. So you want to always take into consideration where your tie is on your book, or if you're going to have a button or something here that you want to create a tie, then whatever the image is or the focal point on your book has to accommodate that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut a few of these out. Okay, so I cut these out, and then I remembered, oh, I had that other piece. Where was that? In here someplace. Oh, this one. Look at these dots. Aren't they cool? They would be even darker. So I want to cut one of these out and see if I like this better. I can always use them for something else if this doesn't work out. And of course these are just on the book page. Okay. Doesn't have to be cut perfectly, you know? I mean, it really doesn't. Well, that's super bright. I think I like these better. So we're gonna go with these. So I am gonna finish gluing that one down. And then we have to figure this out. So it's gotta be someplace. Here we go. That's where the tie will go, right there, right? So I can move it up and then put it here, and then I've got a triangle pointing the way into the book, right? I like that. Okay, we're going to glue all that together. I have the little dots glued onto the plastic, and then I really liked this little point, so I thought we would just kind of exaggerate that just a little bit more on the plastic, and now we're going to glue that down. So I'm thinking that looks pretty yummy like that. Yep, that's got to go right about there. Okay, yeah, that's where we're going to keep it. So we've got to push it up just slightly. All right, now I'm going to set my finger there and put glue here so that we can position this so the gel matte medium goes here. Glues so perfectly. Isn't that fun? I mean, you know, who else is gluing plastic to books? I don't know anybody else gluing plastic to books, but I think it's really yummy. And you have to try it. So here we go. All right. Now you're saying, okay, so this is a pandemic journal, right? So what are you going to put on the inside? Well, I knew you were coming. So I have an idea for the title to go in the inside. So when you see this book, you'll think, okay, polka dots, right? And then when you go into the book, I found this little scrap of paper and it said hours of idleness. And I thought this is absolutely perfect, right, for the title of my pandemic journal. So I'm going to put that right here. And the way I made this was really simple. I just simply monoprinted fabric. I ripped it up and then monoprinted the fabric pieces so that it came out like this, and I LOVE love it. It has a nice stiffness to it. And I thought about putting a couple of these circles. Now, if you remember, these are the masks that we used in some of the work, some of the monoprinting last time. And so possibly I'll do that. But I'm definitely going to put this right in here. And I think maybe in the middle, right about where the tie goes, so that we have some continuity. So right, you can't really see that, but I can. So it's going to go like right there. Okay, I'm just going to glue this down. So what I did was I covered the paper with gel matte medium, the Hours of Idleness, this piece, front and back. And then I stitched it onto the painted fabric. And that way it's going to live a long time here and tell my story. I thought I would collage a little piece of cotty paper, and so I used my template and made a little 3x3 just for you know, our demonstration today. And so I'm going to go through all of my prints again and decide what print I like, and then go through some ephemera and try not to take too long doing it. But you know, you have to see the process a little bit, don't you? I mean, don't you like that? If you don't, you can tell me in the comments. What I love about this print and using masks is this would be such a perfect print to use in the journal, and I may end up using this like in this page, and then cutting this out and then writing something in here and ripping this out. So in fact, let me just try that right now while you're watching and see what I think. That would be pretty yummy. And leaving this here and maybe even enhancing it and then putting some words in, or you know, verbiage in here. So something like that. So I mean, look at your prints and think, okay, where could I use that, or what could I do with that, you know? So and then this one is so yummy. Isn't that gorgeous? I hope you can see the texture on this wax paper. It's just really good. Okay, but we're not doing that now. We're going to work on the cotty paper, and going to go through and figure out what I like. And I really love the blues. And I usually don't use such bright blues, but I thought I would kind of break out of my comfort zone, and maybe we could do something fun to get together today. So something with these guys. And I LOVE love this. To me, this looks like clouds and blue sky. And what's funny is the book that I took this out of is one that I use to cut and do bookmaking. So the pages, some of them are cut and some of them are punched, which adds to the texture, I think. So, you know, don't freak out if you have a print that you absolutely love. Just cut it up, you know. So if I were to use this, then I could put it at the top. The clouds would be at the top, and then we could fold it here at the bottom, and I could use the whole print. Or we could cut it up and work on a grid and use pieces. But since this really reminds me of clouds, this is kind of cool too. Might be kind of neat as a ground. So we're going to play with that. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with it, and we'll see what comes up. So I thought I would go through my ephemera book and see what appeals to me, what small pieces that I want to use in here. And you know how I do love butterflies. I like this one. This is pretty fun, but if we did that, that's going to take up almost the whole thing, and it's just, I'm not I'm not crazy about that. Or even that. So that doesn't work for me. So we'll just poke that back in there. And I like this butterfly. We could use this. This came from an old book. And let's see. I love this piece. L-O-V-E, love that. And maybe a little bit of more fabric. I like that too. I'm just looking for a stamp or something. Let's see, we'll go back. There's a blue stamp, I like this one. Okay, so, all right, so we'll put the scrapbook books away and then we're gonna play with this and see what we think. And I'm just gonna tear, little fussy tear. My friend Rachel calls it a fussy tear. If you haven't seen, I think it's Creations by Rachel on YouTube. She's a dear heart and she lives in Italy, but she's an Aussie. I think she's an Aussie. Anyway, you could go by and say hi and tell her that I sent you. Okay, so I'm thinking, I like this on here. I think it looks really cool. I'm not sure that this makes any sense, even as a ground, really, except that I like the black with it. So maybe we'll use part of it, like cut a piece of it. So, like maybe this. Let's see. And, that might work. Or maybe like that, something like that. Or maybe like this. And then we have this to deal with. That's way too big. But you know what? These kind of look like butterflies, don't they? So maybe we'll cut one of these out and use that. Or we could go like this. Oh, the possibilities. But let's get this piece glued onto our khadi paper. Now, you could create your collage on the whole khadi, of course, and then cut down what you like and make smaller collages and then mount them on paper or something like that. But I often work this way. I like doing it like this, so I'm just going to cut this up and fit it into the 3x3. Okay, so I've cut it down and I'm going to just use my gel matte medium to glue it to the paper. Now, when you're using masks, one of the things that I really like is the fact that you can see there are all these, you know, little lines from the mask that you know, we put in there. So when you lay something like this down, then you have this natural grid. So, you know, we could have cut this up into pieces and then positioned them on our paper, but I just thought this just looked so beautiful, and I really just wanted to use it as in its entirety. Okay, now I don't want to see that pencil line or this one, so we're just going to get rid of that. This says Metamorphosis of the Caterpillar. No, Papillon, not Caterpillar. Anyway, so I tore it a little bit because it was too big and I want it to be like right about there. And I thought I would take this stamp and place it here. I'm trying to stay out of the frame and work and see what I'm doing. And then I took this and I thought this would be so cool. They looked like little butterflies to me. I didn't want to use the whole piece in here, although you could cut just, you know, a piece of it this way and use it in the composition. And totally decided not to use this piece. It just didn't make any sense. But then when I cut it out and I saw that it made like this little tiny butterfly, and I just thought that was really cute. So we're going to glue this down, and the butterfly will be in the clouds. And I tore the top part off because it was just too big. Actually, I'm going to set it over just slightly this way. And I'm thinking seriously about adding a piece down here, like right about there, to kind of ground it, but we'll see. And I don't care if the stamp is upside down, I just want it to illuminate the butterfly. So I changed my mind. Instead of this piece, I chose this piece because that brought in the black and it really kind of offset it. And so then I just folded it back, and then I'm just going to rip that off. So easy peasy like that. And then the stamp will go here. I don't mind covering up the little caterpillar, even though it's the stages of the papillon. I hope I said that correctly. My French is pretty bad. So we're just going to glue this down. This old stamp. Now, you know, could have chosen a different color stamp too, but I liked having a different shade of blue on there. And so there's my little butterfly. So now we have a little butterfly piece. Now we'll just let it dry and it'll be all ready to go. Well, we're almost at chow for now, and we're going to be taking off a little bit of extra time, so we'll be back December 11th, and that'll be another filming Friday, and then we're going to be taking off an extended break for the holiday, for the Christmas break. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and I had fun making it. And so look for these little wonderful things that you can cut out. You know, don't use the lace or the piece in its entirety. You know, check and see, what can I use this for? Can I use it for an edge? What can I cut a flower out and put it in my work? So just kind of peruse all the possibilities. And check our site for the pop-up sale. We'll be having that up there soon. And we so appreciate your viewership. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And until next time, ciao for now.